You're all a bunch of fucking assholes. You know why? You don't have the guts to be what you want to be. You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy. So, what'll I make you? Good?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Tough Love conversation. So I was debating if I wanted to even talk about the situation. I'm seeing a lot of commentary. I've been up pretty early. So I wanted to kind of talk about this. I thought it was only fair because I think that there's a lot of people coming at Tasha K kind of sideways. And I kind of got some information about Tasha K that made me kind of look at this situation a little bit differently. I'm going to play her official statement, fair use, and I'm kind of going to give my breakdown on how I feel about certain things and why I feel like that or whatever. I do realize that, this defamation case will eventually change how things operate on social media, period. I think there's a lot of people, talking about, character defamation and what it means and, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But I think that, she said some things in her statement that I found to be credible. And in some things I was kind of like raising my eyebrow because I really didn't know didn't know the meaning of her platform and why it was the way it was. But let's go ahead and play this. Let's play this and see where we go.
All right. These last 4 years fighting this conspiracy case have been extremely challenging, and yet I wouldn't change a single thing about any of it. I've learned so much. Every moment was incredibly powerful.
Salute to the chat. Salute. I'll be dropping a link in a few.
No shock to myself, my husband, or my legal team. We are prepared, and we were prepared for this challenge from the beginning. Prepared for the worst, as we said. We called bluff against a machine that wanted to bully me for not wavering from my personal beliefs.
So this is again fair use. So I get the whole piece about, you know what I'm saying, Tasha K versus the machine, you know, the machine, the industry, you know what I'm saying, the challenge of the First Amendment right, the challenge of fair use. And like I said, it started off like, okay, cool, I got it. If I didn't know Tasha K, if I never seen a Tasha K video and this was her first video to me, you know what I'm saying, you know, about her platform, I would be like, yeah, okay, yeah, they bullying you. They try to take advantage of you. They trying to take away your First Amendment right about the things that you want to speak about. I would be cheering and clapping and standing ovation. But this Tasha K that's in the video, that's reading this statement, that's not the Tasha K that I've known. Those are not the videos that I saw. And somebody was kind of schooling me and saying that, hey, you know, she used to do videos about X, Y, and Z, and then she started doing videos about this, and this. So I said, oh, okay. So I just went back and I just kind of went back, you know, back a couple months or whatever to see if I could see some of those videos or whatever. And it was interesting. I said, okay, I'll come talk about it and I'll see how people feel about the situation or whatever. But I get the whole, you know what I'm saying, going against the machine, going against an entity that is bigger than yourself, that tries to silence you and you're just speaking out. I get that. I can respect that.
A machine that has corporate interests to protect prostitution, drug use, promiscuity, and to glorify the violence that wreaks havoc on our society and in our neighborhoods. And to glorify it's sold to our children as the it factor.
Okay, so this is my thing. When she talks about the it factor, you know, it's the hot girl summers, it's the crazy music, it's the antics, it's the womanizing, it's the drugs, it's the sex, right? And this is my thought process, right? And this is just me being real. I've never heard until this morning, until I actually went and looked, Tasha K address these things until now. Like, have you guys heard Tasha K address these things, like talk about how bad the industry is? Like, I've never heard her until this morning address, you know what I'm saying, how the industry needs to change and how they're trying to manipulate our children, how they're trying to send this message about the Black community, you know, how women need to be women and men need to be men. And like, I never heard this verbiage until now. And I just found that interesting. I said, you know, this is not, to me, this is about a vlogger that decided that she wanted to talk about someone's personal issue, which is the STD. I mean, that's what it really boiled down to me. And it went too far. You know, this is not a matter of the machine. To me, it's more a matter of you wanting to discuss someone's personal issue and make it public. Now, I don't know how many people came forward. It was like, you know, Cardi B allegedly gave me an STD. Like, I didn't hear any of that. So I know she, you know, was talking about, you know, monostat and bumps around her mouth and stuff like that. But my thought process is, if she didn't give anybody an STD, then to me, why, you know, like with malicious intent, you know what I'm saying, which is a, you know, a criminal offense. But I'm just trying to figure out why would she be like now saying, let's tackle the machine. And maybe that was her thought process. Maybe she felt that what she was doing was actually going against the machine. Like Cardi B is a part of the process, and that's just one way to get at the machine. I don't know. Because I was looking at, I think I seen maybe one or two videos, and I don't want to say it was done, you know what I'm saying, distastefully, but it just to me it seemed more personal than professional. And doing that conversation, because I actually seen one of those videos, it wasn't about taking down a machine. It was about Cardi B's personal life. It was about, mentioning her children, her relationship, how her husband is cheating on her. So to me, it wasn't about the machine. It was more about the woman personally. So I don't know. I'm gonna open up the panel so you guys can come on, but I'm just telling you, what I'm saying, that the Tasha K now, if the statement that she's reading, if this is Tasha K, then to me, what I'm saying, I feel like, that some type of way she got away from this and went in another direction.
This machine, the thing, secured an extremely prejudicial verdict against myself and my company solely off of sympathy and payola. Asking me to redact the real reason as to why I was reporting on the issues at hand, and succeeded in making me out to be an angry and malicious woman.
I also was talking about this, in regards to Tasha K and the trial and the things that's being reported from the trial. Here's the thing, man. When you go to court, especially if you're there because you've done something wrong, the last thing that you want to do in that courtroom is send a message that you don't care, you don't have any remorse, that you'll do it again. Because what happens is those jurors, the judge, they put themselves in the victim's seat. And they say, well, if this was me, how would I want justice to be served? How would I want this matter to be rectified? So if we go in there with this presence, and I think that's what happens with us here on YouTube. I think, once you build up a following and you're used to people saying, you do nothing wrong, you then take that outside of YouTube. And I always say there's a difference between YouTube justice and right and wrong versus legal, society right and wrong. And I think when you go in there with that presence, like, hey, I am a big time YouTuber, and I was just doing this. This is my right to do, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Now it boils down to, okay, no one's saying you can't speak. However, is what you're saying true? Do you believe it to be true? And then what are the facts? When you say third party, the thing about it is the information you're receiving, are you receiving it from a credible source? Because if the source is not credible and they're making things up so that way they can get back at the person you don't like, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, you can still be held liable. And I think, again, that this case, once it's broken down and, unpacked, I think a lot of people are going to realize that, no, I'm not the one who slandered the person, but I allowed that person on my platform to do just that. And if you found out that it was a lie or that the information malice intent, your responsibility as the channel holder or the platform holder to remove that information. And based on the trial, even though Cardi B reached out, those videos were not removed. So I would just say, kind of like, this is for everybody. Check your ego at the door. When you go into court, there's especially for people that don't know you, and then I'm saying the first time finding out about you is based on your content. So what is your content saying? Is this something that you normally do? Tasha K has broke some big stories. R. Kelly, Derek Jackson, Young Pharaoh, Brother Polite. Like, she's broke some big stories. So you got to ask yourself, was all of that 100% true? Was there a little bit of fabrication there? Was there a little bit malice intent? So you don't really know. But when cases happen like this, you then start to go back and start looking at everything with a microscope. So that's just my thoughts.
This is a real business. I am a
salute to the chat. Salute. I'm gonna drop the link in a minute.
Mother to a beautiful 15-year-old girl who's an honor student.
Salute to that. Salute.
My platform creates news and sheds light on the issues going on in our society. My First Amendment right poses a threat to the machine's sole intention to mislead the public with caricatures built on violence, selling sex, and images of a denounced stereotype.
Okay, let's deal with it. Let's deal with it. I do not remember in the last 90 days seeing a video of Tasha addressing this before this situation happened. And I'm telling you right now, and I'm hoping that Tasha K hears me, right? Tasha K, if you get back to doing what it is that you're reading off this paper, I'm telling you right now, you're going to be super successful, even more successful than you are right now. You're going to be super successful. If it's about saying how the industry is pushing these images on our children and our society, promoting negativity, like saying, hey, you know, the Atlanta Housewives and Love and Hip Hop, all of these, you know, negative things that push the image and the stereotypes that say black people are harmful, or, you know, all they care about is this, that, and the third, and they don't want to be mothers and fathers, and they don't want to be productive citizens. And if you get back to this, I truly believe there is grounds for redemption. I truly believe that. I truly believe that. So whoever this Tasha K is reading this paper right here, if you promote that, if you go into this whole thing like, okay, well, I'm going to really go at the machine now and really kind of outline the things that they're doing that's really making the black community look bad. Or maybe it's not just the black community. Maybe you're talking about the world. You know, maybe you're talking about these negative images throughout America, you know, that's being pumped through social media, and you want to stop it. If that's what you're talking about, I'm all with that. I like that. That's cool. You know, that's a positive push, but you got to stay consistent with that. You have to stay consistent with that. You can't derail or be distracted.
Look at Chicago and LA, various other cities that can't even sit in their own living room and braid their kids' hair without worrying about bullets flying through and killing their children. My First Amendment right was painted to the public and courts as a bully, vile, and malicious towards a machine that glorifies a lifestyle meant to serve as modern-day genocide on our people. A machine that clearly influences our children on how to kill, sell their bodies, and more. You can't bully someone or something that takes pride in painting our children and teaching our children to be degenerates. And if you are a public figure that pushes this image and this lifestyle for likes and views and a way to make money in our society, then I and we have the duty to exercise our First Amendment right as traditional media and new age digital media analysts to say, no, this ain't it.
You know what? It sounds like Tasha K is holding the machine accountable. Look at that. Look at that. What you're doing is wrong. No, that ain't it. Again, 100% stand by this message if that's what she says she's going to be about. If that's what you're going to be about, I'm sure that there are some grown men and grown women, productive citizens out there that totally agree with you, but you can't use your platform with malicious intent. You can't use your platform to say, I'm going to promote something that either I know not to be true or just to make you look bad. And I think that's where she derailed at. Because again, if this official statement that she's making, if this is what her platform is about and what was designed for it to be, some type of way her focus was lost. Some type of way she got off of that and got more into celebrity gossip. You know what I'm saying? It was more about who's dating who and yada yada, and that's fine. But that's not what you're talking about right here in this official statement. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, well, where are the videos that promote and outline this official statement. I was like, where are those videos? So I'm scrolling through, going all the way back. And I did see her address some things. And I said, okay, well, damn, so where did she start turning at? Where did the narrative switch up? That what this machine doing, what society is promoting is bad, and then it got into now what these individuals, what's happening in their personal life is bad. So it went from the machine is bad to individuals' personal life is bad. And I wonder where the switch up was, why she decided to switch up.
This is not defamation or invasion of privacy when these machines have pushed this lifestyle on us for profit. This ain't about $4 million. This machine never wanted my money. They wanted to shut down my company in order to protect their assets that glorify this reckless and dangerous lifestyle pushed on us and our children. It was about someone demanding that I respect and give respect to something that has never earned my respect. This is about changing the trajectory of how things have been done in Hollywood for over a century. There are no more gatekeepers, no more red tape, no more waiting to be picked and told what you have to do. If we simply believe in ourselves and our God-given right to live our lives purposeful and don't allow our gifts to die with us, we all hold the key to change. New age digital media, such as myself, and traditional media, we exercise our First Amendment right to publish our opinions and facts concerning these caricatures of stereotypes pushed in our homes and into our society, and we are just supposed to accept it because there's money on the table? No, absolutely not. This case was meant to drain me financially, and it did not. And send a message to anyone who thinks they have the right to challenge a machine that protects their corporate interests. We knew this case. We knew why this case didn't go our way. Our First Amendment right was intentionally hindered from the moment the case was filed. My company and I have built a platform that has been stamped over and over by traditional media and, most importantly, my viewers, you all. I have.
Let me say this real quick. I know everyone feels like, this is my mouth, this is my voice. I'll say what I want to say, how I want to say it, and ain't nobody gonna check me. But I think just as adults, we do have a responsibility when we develop platforms, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat. We have a responsibility, and I see a lot of people that misuse that responsibility, that overlook that responsibility, and it's like we do things with malicious intent, or we do things and we don't think about it, and we don't think about the consequences. And what I want to do is, because I really wanted this conversation to be held on this platform, because I believe that we can look at this situation and really look at it fair and impartially. Tasha K has done some phenomenal things in some of the stories that she's covered. Just how she's interviewed people, how she's broke down things. I mean, just to me, she's done some impressive things. I just wish that not only Tasha K, but the people around Tasha K had helped, the shakers and movers, the people that donate, the people in the comments. I wish that they did more to say, this is not what we want to see. This is not right. This is not cool. We don't need to do this. We're better than this. If we're going to report the news, or we're going to report on a story, we're going to make sure that it's 100% factual, because guess what? The people we're reporting on, they have families. They have reputations. Their character is now being displayed publicly, and put up for trial on YouTube. And if we can't look at a situation fair and impartial, it is irresponsible to report on only the bad and never the good. So I think that, you know what I'm saying, again, I think that this trial, this defamation trial, sends a message throughout social media that people are going to, especially if the information is incorrect, if the information is foul, if the information is done with malicious intent, people are going to fight back. You know, and though Cardi B does not represent your average American, you know what I'm saying? You know, she's definitely more well off than the average American. To me, she sends that message to those that have been slandered, that have something has been used against them with malicious intent, and say, fight back. We're not going to take it. Because just like we say it's us against, or it's Tasha K against the machine, you know what I'm saying? I think it's individuals against the collective. And sometimes the collective feel like, well, we got the numbers, so we can say whatever we want to say. Well, what happens when someone decides to say, hey, no, that's not right. I'm not standing for it, and I'm going to fight back. So I think this situation with Tasha K and Cardi B is really sparking interest, not just because Tasha K was some big YouTuber, but because the truth was more valuable than the slander. The truth is what won the trial. Let's get back to it.
Broken hundreds of stories on this platform from the moment I started recording videos in my guest bedroom back in 2015 while working at Seasons 52 as a server. I know y'all maybe think this is over, but no, this is just the beginning. I will spend as many years as I can to protect our right to voice our opinions and facts on these images that are sold and pushed on us.
You're exactly right. You can't take away the good that she's done. And that's why I wanted to do a video that was fair and impartial. Like, you can't take away some of those good interviews that she's done, some of the good news stories that she's done in regards to just reporting and helping people that were victims of something and saying, giving them a platform to speak. And, you know, she's done some good things. And I said that earlier, just to kind of reset the room. I got that from Jada, y'all. Just to reset the room a little bit. You know, we want to outline the good and the things that were not so good and kind of break this whole thing down and see what we come up with. But I think it's unfair to say, well, since you lost this trial against Cardi B, you know what I'm saying, you're now no good. You're no good to us. You know, there's nothing we want to hear from you now. People make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? I think they should take accountability for those mistakes. And I'm gonna say, once we get to the end, you know, how I felt about the overall view. We got about 6 minutes left.
Appeal process has already started, and we intend to expose every conspiracy against me, my company, and my family. I was supposed to be destroyed a long time ago, but it did not happen. I am still here. We are still here. This machine tried to squeeze us for everything, but God said otherwise and blessed us with much, much more. We have built this platform video by video from my guest bedroom back in 2015, coupled with the best and most creative eyes and hands in production, my husband, my backbone. And he is the only man that encouraged me to fight this case from the beginning. My case will set a precedent for all future media, and we intend to fight until the truth is out. There was no defamation, no invasion of privacy, and suicidal thought.
So here's my thought process, right? I just want to be real with you guys, and, you know, real with Tasha K. If at any point in time there was any suggestion that Cardi B had herpes, and the notation around that was in your vagina area, I mean, you know what I mean? To me, that's a personal matter. You understand what I'm saying? Like, no, that's something personal between her and her family members, her and her husband, the people that have to deal with her, the people that have to sleep with her. So to me, exposing that to the world bringing people on a platform to expose that, to me, like it's a low blow. You understand what I'm saying? Like, to me, it was no need. Like, if she, if she was getting a divorce from, what is her name, husband name, Offset, right? If she was getting a divorce from Offset and you wanted to report on that, cool, rightfully so. But in reference to an STD that her husband never reported, you know what I'm saying, or somebody that's currently in her life. See, this is what happens, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. Sometimes when you fall out with people, you have a disagreement, you go your separate ways. They'll do anything to remain in your life. They'll say anything. They'll make any type of statements to stay in your life, to stay connected to you, or to just get over on you, to see you fail, to cause hardship, to you. We as content creators need to be mindful of what type of person we're dealing with. Just because someone reaches out to you with information, that doesn't mean you have to be the one to break the story. And to be honest with you, it may not even be a story. You understand what I'm saying? It may just be something they want to tell you just to see how gullible you are. And I've seen a lot of content creators fall into the wayside by doing those things. And now, again, I reference back to the Tasha K thing. Are you willing to, you know what I'm saying, be in court for $1 million, $2 million, $3 million? Or are you willing to take the risk to break a story for a couple clicks and views? Because I'm trying to figure out, did she make $3 million off of Tasha, off of Cardi B videos? I don't know, but I'm just saying, is it really worth it? I heard her say something at the beginning that I thought was interesting when she said, these past, I think she said 3 to 4 years. She might have said 2 to 3 years. She wouldn't change anything. I want y'all to let that breathe for a second. You wouldn't change anything. I would have never spoke on a person's STD. I would have changed that. I'm just being real. I would have changed that. I don't feel how that's important to anybody except the people who are sleeping with her. And none of the men that she slept with came forward to say, hey, she gave me something. So it's just kind of like, are we doing this to be, petty? Are we doing this to be malicious? Or are we doing this for a story? When you say you would have never changed, I would have basically, I'm going to be honest with you. I really like this official statement, but I wish it was the Tasha K that was being displayed, because that's not the Tasha K that was being displayed recently. That's not. So when you say I would, if I could go back, I wouldn't change anything. Well, I think it would be a few things you would change. Because I don't know anyone that say, if I'm down 3 million, you know what I'm saying? If I owe someone 3 million plus, that this is something I would do again. No, I wouldn't do it again. I would not do it again. No, I wouldn't even talk about her. You know what I mean? To be honest with you, if I can't cover a story and be fair and impartial and non-judgmental, if I want to give an opinion, I guess at the end, and cool, I guess it depends on how your channel is set up. But I'm not going to do it to where, I'm bringing in, matters that will affect you, because I guess you would say that, you know what I'm saying, the people that gave witness to, the monostats and that and this, what was their intention? What was their intention? What were they trying to do? Were they actually friends? Were they current friends? Were they current lovers? Nobody currently in the circle of her was telling you this information. It was people that was put out the circle, removed from the circle of trust. You understand what I'm saying? I think as content creators, we need to be mindful of people who say, well, I'm not in the circle, but let me tell you all the dirt. Because sometimes people can have factual points about a person and then make up the lies in between. Like, on Sunday they was at Walmart. Yeah, Sunday I was at Walmart. But then when you say, Sunday they was at Walmart and got caught for shoplifting. Huh? And then I want to talk about, was you at Walmart, yes or no? Yeah, I was at Walmart. Then I rest my case. I'm just saying that's how people do you, man. That's how people do you, boy. Do you dirty.
That was sufficient factual evidence. In court, my lawyers taught me about preserving the record so that it's noted for the future. Well, this is me right now preserving the record. We will fight no matter the cost or length, even if this takes years. I spent 11 years building this platform to serve as a leader in media. Media is a power, fighting machines with endless money protecting their investments. My husband has spent over 20 years working in production. We have over 1 million viewers and hundreds of millions of viewers, and most who have been with us since the very beginning. I love y'all so much for that. Y'all built me, and y'all are the only ones who can take away the viewers. I show my gratitude and appreciation by fighting for this price you have gifted my family and me.
Can I tell y'all something that I thought was interesting? When I first watched this, I didn't watch the comments. Matter of fact, when I first watched it, I was actually listening to it when I was driving. And now I have it in front of me, and I'm seeing the super chats come in, and I find it interesting. And this is why I find it interesting, right? This case was a defamation case, and it was proven in a court of law. I think it's interesting that when she does her official statement, the first thing we do is say, "Let me start donating," even though she was wrong. I mean, at the end of the day, she was found guilty. Let's just call it what it is, a spade, right? At the end of the day, she was found guilty. So now that she's found guilty, we're going to reward you with money. This is not on you, Tasha. We got you. We enjoyed what you did so much. Even though you were found guilty, we're going to pay your way out of this situation. We're going to help you pay your way out of this situation. Now here's the thought process. You know, it's your money. Nobody should be checking your pockets, etc. But what message? Because we talk about the machine, right? And I think that a lot of these content creators, they've developed their own machine. So even though I know you wrong, even though, because we talk about accountability and holding people accountable, but if in a legal process you're found guilty, do you think that warrants money? Do you think it warrants money? Because what you do is send the message to other content creators like, okay, well, hell, I'll just do the same thing, and then my subscribers will just help me pay whatever fees I have to pay. If you're that lucky, if you have that many subscribers. Now, do I think that she should be left to handle the situation on her own? Well, the thought process is her and her organization decided that what she was doing was okay. I believe that the onus is on her and her organization. I think it says a lot about people. It says, I'm willing to give you money to talk about people, to talk about people's personal life. You know, and we talk about this machine, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys, you know, and I know mainstream media, they do a good job at doing what they do, but I think individually these lower tier media outlets, because that's what this social media thing is, those lower tier media outlets or whatever case may be, I think we do a good job at promoting negativity to the highest extent by any means necessary. We will laugh and joke and donate to platforms that are predominantly negative as hell. And then we challenge these content creators and say, well, why are you so negative? Well, I mean, duh, they're paying me. They're paying me. Why would you think I wouldn't be negative? Why would you think I should be positive if they're paying me? How about you donate to me $300 to $400 an episode or whatever it case be, and maybe I'll be a little bit more positive. I mean, you can't argue with that logic. You know what I'm saying? Because their sense of morality is really okay. I'm just doing this for YouTube. I don't believe this stuff in real life.
And the right to exercise our freedom of speech as human beings. TV Studios is a household name, Unwind with Tasha K. It's just one of the subsidiaries, and we intend to break out many more. Although the court hasn't instructed us to take the videos down, I've always said that I will comply with any court or jury. The videos have been taken down to show good faith to the courts because I respect the courts. We respect the courts. This machine has tried to have me arrested, threatened my life, and created a fake narrative about me. And I want you to ask yourself this. Why does the federal government subpoena my work on this channel if it's fake news? Why do state police departments request my videos for their cases? Why do media sites all over the world quote my work, our work? I want better for this, for us, and I live that better. Everything I represent, marriage, two-parent household, and working for every dime I make without harming the next person to get there. I create videos including humor and truth to take us out of depression and get our minds off of sickness and financial burdens. And
so this is why I talk about being consistent. With whatever I say that your content is your character. Your content is your character. And I talk about consistency in your message. The major concern that I have with this official statement, it's a good official statement. It's a good official statement for a person that has been consistent with that message. But when you have not been consistent with that message, it's like, well, who are you reading this message for? Because I've just seen like 6 or 7 of your videos in the last couple of weeks, and none of them portray what it is that you're talking about. So it's just like, You know what I'm saying? It's like, Like, I mean, the write-up is great. I have no problem with your delivery. You know what I'm saying? I have no problem with your facial expressions. None of that. The issue is that I believe that you're reading something where it has not been promoted consistently on your platform.
No machine will ever stop me. I get your emails daily encouraging me to keep going, and I love y'all so much for that. For accepting me as me. This trial was purely sympathy and payola to protect corporate interests, and we intend to take this all the way to the Supreme Court if need be. This is my life, and I will spend my life fighting for my livelihood and our First Amendment right as human beings. Dozens of major media outlets, the New York Times, Associated Press, Billboard, etc., have requested comments. And I've asked my lawyers to inform you all on our appeal process every step of the way. And I want to thank the winos. And before I go, I saw that there were a few fundraisers that were started under my name. We did not create those, nor do we need those, and nor will we ever create a fundraiser for anything. And with that being said, I want you guys to report them if you see them. We have reported a few, but obviously dozens are popping up to scam under our company. Signing off, winos, we will be back. We will be back serving exclusive wine this Friday. And with that being said, now I gotta go. Bye.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open up this panel, see what y'all think. But let me just give you my little my I don't want to say 2 cents. It's more than 2 cents, but let me just give you my thoughts. Tasha K, you are a phenomenal Black woman. You have a voice, you have a gift of gab, you have a way of presenting a story that draws you in. You go out there and you get the story. So I can salute that. I can appreciate that. I'm hoping as you move forward that you realize that you also have a major responsibility, because there are people that look to you for the story. There are people that look to you to get the scoop or the tea. And I'm hoping that you do that not only with pride, but you do that with truth, and you do that with facts, and you do it with logic. You take your time, you think about, how this is going to affect someone else's family, someone else's children, someone else's character. I know that a lot of people are taking shots at you right now. They're saying a lot of stuff about you right now. And maybe, sometimes negative publicity is good publicity. I get that. But I think moving forward, if your official statement that you just read in this video is what you say that you're about, I ask as a fellow content creator, right? That you get back to it. You get back to it. You stand on what it is that you say that you're about. You get back to it. If it's about you versus the machine, or small media versus big media, whatever it is you think the dynamic is, I want you to win. I want you to win, but win with integrity. I'm gonna open up this panel for you guys, and you can come up and tell me what you guys think about this situation. So feel free to hit the link, come up, we can talk about it. We are talking about this situation and not no other situation, so please keep that in mind. If I'm not familiar with you, I'm going to tell you to cam up so I can see your face, and then you can cam back down if need be. But as we get people up on the panel, so yeah, I think that this is going to change the way people do business on social media. I see, from smaller YouTubers to big YouTubers, everybody's talking about, slander and some type of defamation of character, whatever case may be. Again, your content is your character. So your content is your character. I think it would be easy to win a defamation case or a slander case, because if your content is riddled, if it's riddled with it, you know what I'm saying? If that's what you do the majority of the time, I can honestly tell you that when a jury hears it, they're probably going to be disgusted. They're probably going to be outraged. They're probably going to say, why would a person sit online and do these types of things? And it doesn't matter how many people follow you. It doesn't matter how many people don't follow you. The fact of the matter is that when you're standing in court for slander, for cyberbullying, for defamation of character, whatever it is, you're going to be there, not your subscribers, you, and you're going to have to answer for the things that you say online. And I truly believe that when Tasha K had to answer for the things that she said online, everything didn't add up. Those civilians, those jurors did not look at it as, well, that's just some YouTube stuff. So just something to think about. So the lines are open if you guys want to join the conversation. If you have time, I understand that it's kind of early. People gotta go to work. Salute to the chat. I see y'all. Salute, salute, salute. But I saw somebody say that, she'll bounce back. Big E, I see you. She'll bounce back. I believe she will. Again, if she tackles what she said in that statement, I believe that there's definitely a niche for that. And she already has the following. And I think that people would be more sympathetic to her plight if she says, hey, look, but this was my big thing, this is my big thing. She never said she was wrong. I think that was my big thing in this. First of all, I like to make an official apology and just say I'm wrong, if the information was incorrect. You know what I'm saying? To me, it just shows a level of maturity. And it's like, we're going to take out, I get the whole need. Hey, we're going to keep fighting. If we got to go to the Supreme Court, it is what it is. We about that life. But it's just like, if the lady didn't prove that she ain't got something that you said she had, then you was wrong. So why not just be like, hey, I apologize for that particular part. You ain't got to be wrong about everything. I'm sure it's something, the majority of the things that you were saying probably was right. It was just a few things that were wrong, and those things just happen to be significant in this particular situation. But to me, like, there was no, in this official statement, there was no evidence of her taking any accountability or her saying anything wrong. And I think that sends a message of a lack of accountability, self-accountability. Even though the courts found you guilty, you find nothing wrong with what you did. And that's, I think that, to me, I don't know if it's a God complex. I don't know if it's ego. I don't know what it is, but I just whoever wrote that statement, it was just surprising that you're doing this official statement and none of the statement says anything about the information at some point was diluted with a lie or incorrect information. So even if you don't want to say, hey, my bad, you can at least acknowledge that some of the information that was presented came from a non-credible source, and it was reported to be credible. And for that, we'll keep in mind moving forward to make sure that we check and recheck our sources. But she didn't say none of that. So I don't know. I don't know. Good morning, Miss Curley. Good morning. Pride gets you every time. You're exactly right. You're exactly right. Pride gets you a lot of time. You're exactly right. Church lady says, I may not would have named specific individuals, but I would make an open statement to anyone I offended. Yeah, definitely. I think for me, man, when you've done something wrong to someone, and maybe it wasn't with malicious intent. I don't know. I'm not in her inner circle. You understand what I'm saying? But when you do something to slight someone, you know what I'm saying, and there's a grievance, or there's something that has happened, it is up to you as a man, a woman, and also a reporter or a journalist, to say, hey, that was on me, because I truly believe that the trial wasn't even necessary. That if she would have just contacted Cardi B, hey, my bad, you know what I'm saying? That was some BS. I'll do a retraction video and we'll move forward. But it was just like, nah, I'm not taking no videos now. And I don't know why it was so important for her to leave them up, other than views and money and clicks. I don't, to show, like, I'm going to show you. Well, I don't know about Tasha K's finances. I'm just saying, if you got $3 million that you could just give somebody, well, shit, I need to come work for Tasha K then. I need to take my retired butt over there to Tasha K. Maybe I can just open wine bottles. I'll be the wine bottle opener. They be like, who is that? Oh, that's just Tough Love, the wine bottle opener. Oh my God. Yeah, so I don't know. But there's a lot of people that they're really really excited, that Tasha K has to pay this $3 million. They like, I mean, when I say excited, boy, they cheering and having a party and shit. It's a YouTube party. You know what I'm saying? And most of the times when things happen to people like to see your downfall. I don't know what it is, man, but people, when I tell you they'll tune in to see your downfall, they will tune in to see or hear something negative. They will tune in to hear something negative, man. And it's not a lot of good news stories out there. It's not a lot of places you could go to really get a good conversation. And it's not, what I'm saying, filled with malice. And I just feel like, I get it. I don't think what she did was a mistake. Let's make no doubt about that. That was not a mistake. That was done intentionally. However, I realized that, no one's perfect. But I also realized that once you do something like that, you have to have a level of, or you should have a level of, I'll do better. You can expect better from me. But it's like what she kind of said was, I'm gonna keep fighting. I'm gonna keep showing y'all I'm the baddest. I'm gonna keep showing y'all you ain't gonna mess with me. If I say it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? If I say you don't take care of your kids, that's exactly what I mean. I don't care what you think. I don't care if the judge said, the jury said, the prosecutor. It don't matter to me. I'm like, oh shit. Boy, I tell you, boy, that's like, oh shit. All right, Miss Carolyn. Miss Carolyn said I have to catch it from the beginning. Yes, I mean, not too bad show. Yeah. We all have choices / options. You know what I'm saying? We definitely do. Shout out to Raspberry. I see you. Church lady, I see you. Thorpe is in the building. That's a good point. That's a good point. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. I'm gonna be a little bit, devil's advocate. I believe it's what you say and how you say it. You know what I'm saying? Some things don't need to be said. I don't think talking about people personally or calling people names make you the better person. You know what I'm saying? But here on YouTube, it works. I guess it works differently. If I call your name, that makes me the better person. If I talk about you personally, that makes me the better person. And I don't see how people like they appreciate that. But this is what I love about this Cardi B and Tasha K thing, because you weigh YouTube logic and YouTube justice against real life. Real life. This is what I did and this is what I said. Okay. Do you think that was necessary? Do you think it was worth it? Yeah, I think it was worth it. You seen all them clicks and views I get in donations? I'm a bad mother. Okay, well, we gonna order you to pay X, Y, and Z now because you felt it was worth it. You felt it was necessary because you a bad mother. It don't pan out. It don't pan out. For an average American citizen who would have been ordered to pay what, $10,000, $20,000, $50,000, $100,000, $500,000, $3 million. Shit, I'm moving. I am moving. I'm gonna be going to Canada or Mexico, somewhere. I ain't gonna be here. I ain't gonna be here. They're gonna be like, what happened to Tough Tough? Love left, bro. He lost that settlement. He just for real. That's what you think? You think she tried to extort her? There were 12 individuals that said she was wrong. And see, the thing about it is, it's funny because I heard someone say, a content creator say, oh, that's just a black woman. We need to stand behind our queen. And for some reason, the men that do this queen thing, right? They this queen and the queen, like they be the most like, how can I say this? It's like, I'm only saying it so I can gaslight. You know what I'm saying? If you're wrong, you're wrong. I don't care what color you are. If you're wrong, you're wrong. I don't care if you're a man, if you're a woman. If you're wrong, you're wrong. And it's like, even though you're found to be wrong, I'll sit down and say, well, no, we ain't gonna worry about what she said and what she did. She a black queen, so we're gonna stay. I'm like, bro, stop it. Because this is not the time to praise her. This is the time to let her know, hey, listen, we know you did something wrong, and we're not going to abandon you, but we damn sure not going to ignore the fact that you was wrong. And I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. People will ignore the people they like of their wrongdoing. Like they'll ignore all of the wrong stuff. They know it to be wrong, but they won't say anything about it. And then when it takes an outside entity like law enforcement or, other content creators or whatever the case may be, that say, hey, what you're doing is wrong. I will stand against you, but I can't stand beside you doing that. You see what I'm saying? And it's just like, I believe a lot of people could have maybe influenced Tasha K, maybe, I guess, from the comments and said, maybe we shouldn't be talking about her personal life. Maybe her STD is her business, because she did a great job of saying, you guys are my, you're what makes me, you're what keep me afloat and keep me going and, help this, situation. That's why I said, well, maybe those guys from the comments should have been saying, well, maybe this shouldn't be so personal for you. Maybe this should, if you can't report it fair and impartially, maybe you shouldn't report it. Drop this link one more time. All right, y'all, now don't be saying y'all get an opportunity to talk to Tough Love now when I drop this thing. Drop it one more time for you guys. Realize it's kind of early, so. But yeah, overall, I don't know if it's time to cheer for this situation. I think it's time to really assess what, as a content creator, you do. And I think it is, and what you do falls in the realm of what Tasha K just got sued for. I would take a long pause and start cleaning up some of that stuff and start acting accordingly. Because to me, that the bravado of I'm gonna do this because I'm saying I'm a woman or I'm a man and this and that, like none of that's gonna matter in a court of law. You're gonna be an individual in court with videos of you saying X, Y, and Z, or you hosting events that said X, Y, and Z. And I'm telling you right now, none of those jurors or the judge, none of them are going to be thinking that's funny. None of them they're going to say that you sold yourself, your morals, your standards, and your values, any principles that you say that you're about, so you can promote slander, character defamation, so you can call people names. They're going to look at you and say you don't deserve to have a platform. That whatever the judge comes up with as not a settlement, but whatever the judge say you owe, then you gonna owe. And whereas it may not be $1 million, bruh, who wants to lose 20 grand, 30 grand, 40 grand? I don't want to lose 20 bucks. So that's why, I Tasha K and this Cardi B thing, I think it should be looked at more than aha, let's laugh at Tasha K. I think it needs to be looked at, are you the content creator next? Are you the next content creator? Because I want to say something true. Another thing too that I've been seeing. If you're the person that promotes slander, character defamation, cyberbullying, or whatever, let's say you're first to the draw. Let's say you say, well, I'm gonna do it first before somebody get me. Here's what happens. What happens is you take somebody to court, right? It's something called countersue. You can countersue someone. So if you take them to court under false pretenses, that's one. But two, when they countersue you, you're going to be not only liable for the false accusation against someone, but you're also going to be liable to pay them money for not only their lawyer fees and the damages that you caused and the subscribers, or if they are content creators. Like you're going to be responsible for a whole lot more. Now that's going to be a video don't nobody want to come out. You took somebody to court for slander, but they ended up playing the videos that you did against them, and then the jury and the judge ruled against you. Cool, that's a story for your ass. That's a story for your ass. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hey, man, I'm about to get out of here. We just hit our hour mark. I appreciate you guys for listening. As always, I'm hoping that you guys have a phenomenal day. The next video I'm going to be releasing is the time schedule of when I'll be live and what exactly we'll be doing. We're going to be doing some phenomenal things. So I appreciate you guys for listening to my perspective. I'm hoping that I gave Tasha K some fair and impartial perspective. You know what I'm saying? No one, I mean, you can do what you want. If you want to cheer and parade and yay, she got, that's some hardship. I don't care how we try to play it like it's cool, a $3 million hit is some hardship because I don't know anybody personally that just has that money laying around. So I wish her and her family and her organization the best. I'm hoping that, content creators start to take it serious. I know we throw the word out, slander and defamation and cyberbullying, and there's a lot of people that laugh, but they laugh, until they're standing in the courtroom, and then it's yes sir and no sir. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tough Love. I'm Mario J. Until next time, adult up. Peace.
You're all a bunch of fucking assholes. You know why? You don't have the guts to be what you want to be. You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy. So, what'll I make you? Good?